It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Thursday, the 23rd of May. I'm Michael Groff. Dry conditions, temperatures pretty close to seasonal averages today and tomorrow. A bit cooler on Saturday with a trough passing by to the north. That will also be accompanied by some breeziness. And then next week, we're going to be sizzling. Temperatures get much warmer. Highs anywhere from 101 to 105. And all the while we stay dry. And that pretty much signals the start of the real long, hot summer here in Phoenix. All right, let's get into it. The almanac from yesterday, 97 degrees the afternoon high, 69 the morning low, 97 and 71 are the averages for this time of the year. And as we take a peek outside now, at just after 10 a.m., sunny sky. We're sitting at 82 degrees at Sky Harbor, but yes, it is very dry. Well, look at that dew point at 23. Relative humidity, 11%, a light wind for the moment, and the barometer is steady. Upper level weather pattern across the nation. The place to watch out for once again across the Plains states. Got low pressure sitting out here well to the north of Arizona. We've got an old surface boundary out there. We've got plenty of energy, plenty of moisture, and the chance of showers and storms does exist once again today. But for us, no, sir. You can see the dark colors on that water vapor satellite view and the dry westerly flow, and that just means warm, seasonably warm, and dry conditions will continue. The watch warning map, obviously, with the dry conditions out here in the west, we do have those red flag warnings over a good portion of New Mexico, nudging into West Texas, heat advisories for South Texas, flood watches parts of North Texas and Oklahoma, and scattered about the west, yes, some various advisories. There's even some snowflakes flying over parts of Montana and Wyoming. Yes, even here in late May, that can happen. We don't have an air quality alert issued for Phoenix today, but I will tell you that we're right on the border of it. Here's the air quality forecast for today, and you can see that ozone is sitting right at 100. 101 is the threshold for unhealthy. 51 to 100 is your moderate range, if you will, and we're right at 100. So I would just advise, for those of you that are real sensitive, have real respiratory issues, just try to avoid any outdoor activities, particularly in the afternoon and evening for today. But everything else looks in the good range, the PM10, the PM2.5, that fine particulate matter, that's okay. Convective outlook. All right, we've got the enhanced risk of severe storms. That is the level 3 out of 5, and that's for places like Omaha, Lincoln, Council Bluffs, Nebraska. So then the standard slight risk from Texas all the way up into parts of North Dakota. And that broader severe weather risk extends all the way up the East Coast. So again, severe weather a possibility, but particularly in that slight and enhanced risk, we're going to watch for that possibility of some damaging straight line winds, large hail, even a few tornadoes. And again, particularly over parts of Nebraska and maybe even nudging into far western Iowa. Places that just don't need to see that are going to see it again. And we have another risk for severe storms again tomorrow. And then we're keying in on Saturday for more severe storms, parts of Oklahoma and Texas, and maybe we'll talk about that on tomorrow's video. All right, closer to home, the precipitation outlook valid through Thursday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing statewide, nothing region-wide, nothing. It's kind of typical stuff here in late May. This is the driest time of the year here from late May through early June. Historically speaking, these are the days of the driest times. There are some days, if you look at the 29-year history at Phoenix Sky Harbor or in the Phoenix official rain gauge, only 1 or 2 days have ever had measurable rain in some of these days. So, probabilities of precipitation over a given period are extraordinarily low, and we don't anticipate anything to affect us in terms of precipitation chances anytime soon. And we'll talk about why that is as we get to the models. Take a look. Here we go. The GFS, the 12Z run, valid 5 o'clock this afternoon. Troughing coming out of the western states. Area of low pressure there and fairly vigorous too. So the chance of storms across much of the plains today. But for us, it's just a dry westerly flow, just more of the same. So what it means down at the surface for today, if you've liked what you've seen the last couple of days, you'll like what you see today. If you haven't, well, you won't. It's that simple. Sunny sky, high temperatures, mid to upper 90s. Tonight, clear sky, overnight lows in the 60s to about 70. And then tomorrow, it's just more of the same. Mid-90s, maybe upper 90s. The sky sunny, the air dry, some light afternoon breezes. Now, there is another trough that will pass by to the north, knocking our ridge down here, knocking the heights down, I should say. And so as a result, temperatures will lower, and we'll see some breezes at times, too. There may even be a passing cloud or three. But in terms of precipitation chances, of course not. Nevertheless, we will see afternoon highs down about almost 10 degrees, 8 to 10 degrees maybe. Highs upper 80s, low 90s. That's not bad for the start of the Memorial Day weekend. Should be a fairly decent day. I'm not saying you're going to want to go out and run a marathon in it, but if you sit out in the shade, it'll be a nice day. How about that? And then with the dry air, Saturday night, Sunday morning, maybe not bad. And it is actually possible. It's conceivable, but in the outlying valley areas, we could dip into the upper 50s. The rest of us should be in the mid to upper 60s. Probably one of the more pleasant mornings we'll have for the rest of the summer, I'm afraid to say. Because after that, Sunday should see the beginning of a warm-up. Highs low to mid 90s. Going to snap back to reality. Then Monday, this is Memorial Day. With ridging building in, the heights are coming up. Temperatures, upper 90s to about 101, 102 or so. We'll nudge it up a degree or two on Tuesday. Highs 100 to 104, 101 to 105 on Wednesday. We got more showers and storms potentially firing in the lee of the Rockies and moving out toward the Plain States. We'll have to watch that. But for us, no active weather to speak of, just sunny sky and hot. And I'll call it hot once we start hitting 105, no question about it. Here's a week from today. This is Thursday, the 30th of May. And the heights are coming up. And temperatures are still toasty. I mean, afternoon highs would be somewhere between about 100 to 105, if this is right, going out 10 days. This is Saturday, the 1st of June. It's the start of meteorological summer. Look at that ridge nudging all the way up in Western Canada. Now, the GFS shows some sort of very weak little trough, maybe off to the north and west of us. That just has no impact, okay? That's not going to mean anything for us other than perhaps increasing some afternoon breeziness. High temperatures would still be toasty. I'd say anywhere from 99 to 105, and no sign of any precipitation around here, not for a while. Probably, I say probably, not till we get to the monsoon season, which, again, we have talked about. We will talk about in more detail as we get further along, but is probably going to be an underwhelming monsoon once again. I would say probably not as bad as last year or as bad as 2020, but I can't make that guarantee either. There are no such things as guarantees in weather. All right. There's some pretty close things to guarantees, like it will be hot in Phoenix in the summer. That's pretty much a guarantee, but how hot is always the question. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the 6th of June, and that's nothing off the GFS ensemble. That's nothing off the European ensemble. You probably didn't even know I changed graphics. This is the GFS ensemble. This is the European ensemble, and they both show absolutely nothing. Got, 82 members combined between these ensembles. That's 82 unique models, 82 unique iterations. Not a one has any precipitation. This is probably one of the only parts of the country you're going to see that. Maybe San Diego, maybe Imperial, somewhere here in the Southwest. That's going to be about it. All right, so looking at temperatures off of the National Blend of Models. And again, as we go to Saturday, that should be the, if you want to call it that, euphemistically speaking, the coolest day of the period. Then after that, there's that long, hot summer. Highs 104, 105, somewhere in that range. And again, these are not record highs, those of you wondering. Record highs this time of the year, when you get to the 28th, 29th, and 30th, are somewhere between about 110 to 114. I believe the record high on the 31st is 109. But other than that, all record highs from this point forward all the way through early to mid-September are 110 plus. So we are going to stay shy of records, but well above normal. And that's probably where we're gonna stay through much of June. And there are signs that mid to late June could be especially hot here, as it usually is. But maybe more so than normal. And again, we'll talk about that as we get a little closer. That's kind of in the long range. That's kind of still off in fantasy land, but there are some indications, some climatological hints that could be the case. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning, and should you happen to enjoy these videos, and absolutely, of course, you do, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell so that whenever a brand new video is posted, you'll get those notices. And I will say this too, or I don't always say it, but I should. Click that little, when you click the bell, there's a little pull down menu that comes up, and click all for notifications. And some people say I do that and YouTube still doesn't tell me that a video was posted. Well, then I don't know. Take it up with the fine folks at YouTube and let me know in about 30 years when they get back to you. All right. Your comments, questions, and suggestions, they are always encouraged, as well as are your donations to this channel. Click that thanks icon below the video, or you can donate directly to me on PayPal, groffshow@gmail.com. That's GROFF show@gmail.com for PayPal. I don't really have a bunch of graphics for all this stuff, but I don't. What I do have a graphic for is to let you know that the executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of, there it is, sweetchildaz.com.org, and the Facebook page of the same name. It's called Sweet Child Arizona. I'm talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out her blogs that are on that site. Check out her videos that are down in the description. And I also encourage you to check out our streaming station. It is called KMGX. We play a ton of music. We're talking 6 decades worth of music on there. It's a lot of fun. I encourage you to check it out. Again, linked up down in the description. All right. So with that said, I thank you guys so much for watching, all of your continued support, listening to me just blather on. I know it can be tough, but I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. You guys, please be safe out there. Stay cool, stay hydrated. Have yourselves an absolutely beautiful rest of your Thursday.